Hola mi gente, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? How you living? Okay, today is a Monday the 6th. I'm on my lunch break. But I just had to tell y'all before I forgot what had happened. Yesterday, Kimana and I decided that we were going to go into the backyard because she had never seen Hennessy, our turtle, in his swimming pool. So we were back there having a good time, laughing. Everything was going great. When all of a sudden, my neighbor, who is either of, I feel like he's still active duty, came into the backyard with his gun, and he was securing the perimeter of his home. And he did have his gun, like he was ready if all he needed was the, and he just looked like, when I looked at him, like he had not slept, like he had not been asleep, or he was disrupted from his sleep. They have cameras all around the perimeter of their home, and he seems like he has PTSD. In the moment, I was not scared. Kimana didn't want me to make eye contact with him or anything. She was just like, Mom, don't look at him. But I was like, the worst thing I can do in this situation is turn my back to a motherfucker that has a gun. I am not doing that. So I just looked at him dead in his face. He looked at me too. We just looked at each other. He did his survey, and then he went back in the house, and his camera said something like there's nothing there. And I was like, okay, that was odd. But the thing that bothered me the most is now Kimana's scared to be in the backyard. Like, we've lived here peacefully for almost 6 years, and now we have him right here. And we had a situation with my neighbor. His name is Pedro. He ended up taking his own, deciding to leave on his own. So she was like, it reminds me of him. He left me a plant before he left, and that plant unfortunately passed. I did speak about him on the channel, but she said it reminded her of Pedro. But that was totally different. I feel he did go around with, stuff on him at the time before, like, everything went completely left. But I don't know. I feel like he is just like very, very serious about his property. And they're the type of people, kind of like my ex. He didn't like the blinds open. He didn't like any of that stuff. And like, I notice a lot of military guys don't have blinds open. They don't be having nothing. Like, I can talk to almost any military guy and their shit will be dark. But it was just really wild. He's kind of already been like, we've already had a little, like, not really altercation, but I just let him know, like, I'm not about to be tiptoeing around my own house because I already did that shit. So that was what happened yesterday. Another thing, I don't know if he wants me to say this, but it was kind of funny. We talked this morning before I went to work. I was like on the treadmill and he was just talking about whatever. I feel like he feels a little bit awkward talking to me about his dating experiences, and so he was trying to like hem and haw around the fact that he did try to, hold on a second. Okay, so I got Thur in here with me. So he was trying to hem and haw around like the fact that he had been dating and stuff. And so he was telling me about his dating experience. I thought it just happened. It was in August of last year. And I thought it was a long situation. He said it was like a week. So we definitely have different dating experiences, but to hear that he was getting back out there, I was really happy for him. See, that he was at least attempting. And he got to meet somebody organically, like at a gas station. So I thought that was pretty cool too, because I only had one organic situation meeting someone out here, and that was Grace Up Pants. And so he was the only one, and we met at the park. You see he has his comeback. So we met at the park that's over by my house, and he was the only one I met organically. Everyone else I met through an app. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't end up being organic in the end. In the end, it ends up being pretty much, well, Jamal and Jeremy, they're my aces, so they haven't changed or anything. But what else happened? Fuck, I felt like, oh, you guys, the next thing was Kimana and I went on a walk on Friday during my lunch break, I believe it was. I talked to her and I was sitting down and I was like, hey, like, I haven't been feeling right in a few months with our food choices and things that were going on, and I think that I want to go back to eating meat. And she's been fighting it. I didn't want to do it without her, but it was getting to the point where I was about to do it without her, because I had like took a piece of like the chicken breast, and I told her, because obviously I'm going to be always honest with her about things that happen, but I told her about that day, but then I went right back to eating like we normally do. But I had been feeling shit for months, 4 months. So finally I'm like, hey, you know, I think I want to go back to eating meat. And I don't know what clicked that day, but she decided like, yeah, we can do this. And so we did go back to eating meat on that day. On Friday after work, we went to Walmart and we picked up some food and stuff, and we did go back to eating meat. And I have been feeling a lot better. Like, I think the food was overly processed. I've been having a hard time with the vegetables, getting vegetables that taste right. So it's kind of like we weren't eating at all, and then when we were eating, we were feeling like shit when we were eating, and I stay bloated. So hopefully this will help. I mean, it did make us feel better like almost immediately, like once we did it. There's still a lot of guilt attached to it, don't get me wrong. Like, we're still going through the motions when we're cooking and feeling bad and stuff of that nature, but we were soft launching eating meat as it was, because we were drinking chicken broth to feel better, and we eat eggs, so we soft launched that shit. So now, you know, as sad as it is to return to me, my stance on animals doesn't change or anything like that. I will still go out of my way to help any animal. I'm always going to be the same person I was. As a child, I helped animals, and as an adult, I help animals. I will always be the core person of who I am, but we do have to make a choice that is going to be good for us, and so we did what was right for us at this time. But there's always going back. But the only fucking thing that sucks about the whole thing was next month was 10 years. Oh, today I got a letter that my student loans were forgiven. I don't know how true it is. I thought it was because I saw my credit score go up 78 points, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of points. And it had nothing to do with my student loan. So that wasn't why it went up 78 points. But I mean, that's a lot of points, you know. I can almost get myself a whole nother house. I have been like talking to them about moving out of the country and things of that nature, and I did see what it takes to get the guinea pigs over, to get Wolf over. I need to look what Hennessy needs to get over, but I did look into those things. I did talk to my aunt, which is an aunt that I really don't have a relationship with due to what happened when my grandma passed away. But we did talk. We didn't talk about that in particular, but I did have a good time talking to her with my mom. My initial thing was to call my mom, but she ended up bringing her in, and it wasn't bad. However, I still have a hard time like connecting in that way, so we probably just won't connect in that way. But you know, if I'm with my mom and she's calling, then hey, by all means, I don't have a problem talking to her, but I won't be extending myself on my own. But yeah, I guess that was what was going on. Oh wait, there's more of a shit show. So obviously, you guys know the playoffs ends right now, and my team, the Bucks, got knocked off on Thursday, and Phoenix and the Lakers stayed in longer than Phoenix. But then all of a sudden, because I follow NBA all day, the Bucks fired their coach. The Lakers, their coaches. Phoenix was talking about their coach. Like, all the coaches. I miss Monty. I'm always gonna miss Monty. Like, no matter how you felt about him, I felt like he was soft on some plays, but like, he bred results. Okay, which one fired their whole coaching staff? Was that the Lakers? I don't remember who fired the whole coaching staff, but it was all weekend talking about these coaches on my teams. It was just really crazy. And so I was following that while trying to deal with this little beef that was going on as well. But I was trying to figure out what's going on the NBA standpoint. Then there was a talk of trading Booker. Like, I don't know, like it was just a lot going on in my world, and Kendrick Lamar and Drake were interesting, but my real world was the NBA. And you know, I don't have none of these people to talk to about it. Like, none of the motherfuckers I talk to talk sports.
Hola mi gente, ¿cómo estás? How you doing? How you doing? Okay. I'm on my last break right now. I am so sick and I'm so tired. I want to be off work already. And I know it's almost time to get off work, but it's almost not time to get off work because, yes, those two things simultaneously exist in the same realm. Because the last hour of work, I don't have my emotional support human. And that means I'm lonely by myself. I mean, yeah, we text, but it's not the same as having her what feels like right by my side, even though it's virtually. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like I get a little bit depressed on the last hour, but it's fine because it's not fine, but she's sad in the first hour because she gets there an hour before me and I leave an hour after her, so we both suffer through that same lonely hour. And then like this week has been crazy at work, and so we haven't even really got to enjoy each other like we normally do, and I'm freezing and I need to turn off this air up in here. What else is going on? Today is Thursday the 8th. I did an order for Sam's Club, and yeah, I know it's weird that I said it was cold when I took off my jacket. That's because I'm about to change my clothes. So made an order for Sam's Club when I got up this morning. And what else? I don't know what else I did. Nothing much. I just been trying to handle business. My ex sent me over his labs for me to review. They all look really good, to be honest with you. Really, really good, if I'm being 100% honest. There's just two, and they're not like extremely, extremely bad labs, but one does affect the other. So I did want to have that looked into more just to confirm some stuff, and pretty much that was it with those labs. But yeah, his labs look really, really good, probably better than mine at this point. Hey guys, it is Friday. Note this date and time. It is the 10th of May, and I just called my doctor's office, and mind you, I called them the day they told me I needed the biopsy, which was the 12th of April. I contacted them that day to tell them I needed the biopsy referral, and it's the 10th of May, and I called my doctor's office and they still don't have my referral. Now, in business days, I only have Monday and Tuesday to get this referral done, so I called my OBGYN to see if they can call and if they'll have better luck, which I feel bad because like it shouldn't take all of this for me to get a referral. And they should be working with me. Like, they hear that it's a biopsy and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep, and they keep having phone tag with me and telling me stuff like that. It's very annoying at this point. So I'm a little bit frustrated, but the OBGYN office works the way it used to work in San Diego, where we were able to call the doctors and get the referrals. For some reason, my primary referral line can't call my OBGYN to confirm CPT codes or anything. So back in the days, when I did my internship for medical assisting, we called on those and we got the referrals ourselves. That's why there was a referral department. However, here they just have a referral department, and I was like not trying to be a jackass or anything, but I was like, what exactly is your job? Because I don't get it. Like, you talk to me and you talk to my doctor, but you can't talk to my primary doctor, but you can't talk to the OBGYN to get the CPT codes. And they're like, he just kept repeating the name of the medical center I go to. And I was like, I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand what your position is, because this is honestly like just me wanting to know. So you can't call the physician, my other physician, and get the CPT codes and get a referral. You have to talk to my doctor. My doctor has to talk to me. Like, you guys are getting paid to do nothing.
that is a nothing ass position. So this is how money gets wasted, because they create positions that don't do anything. It doesn't benefit the clinic to have this position. A clerk can do what he's doing, like the front office can do what he's doing. So yeah, and as front office, you should know how to do those things too. Front office referred me to the referral, which sounded like him, and it sounded like they can't do anything. So nobody can do anything for me, and I'm just stuck in the middle, and it's kind of fucked up because I shouldn't be fighting these battles. I don't feel. You do get out between the doctors. Like the first doctors that needed it should have been sending a request to my doctor. My doctor should have sent the request back. I shouldn't be into this at all, but you know, it's all business. It's not anything to do with me personally. It's just all business. So not to go back. I know I look crazy, you guys, but this is what today looks like. I was gonna wear something completely different today. I had it all picked out like a big girl, but it took too long to get into it. I don't even have glasses on. I'm about to take some right now and just get this started. Like, I don't know, I'm just so confuzzled right now, and I gotta go back to work. So yeah, I gotta go back to work now. So that's the update. There is no update. I'm still in the same spot as I was initially. And that's all your hendes. So I'm almost done with training. It's actually going pretty well. I did ask her learning style, and she said whatever. And so I kind of gave her my learning style. Pull up our system so you can follow along with the system you do have. So far so good. So hopefully it helps her out so she can see, and then we can go from there. I want to go to sleep. It is B-Day, not birthday. Biopsy day. I've got like 2.5 hours before I leave, and nervous, but we're gonna make it through. All we can do is wait at this point. The last few days have been a little weird, a little uncomfortable, but we're moving forward, and that's what matters. Like the nervous shits right now. Also, I drink coffee, and so that's helping the nervous shits. So that's pretty much where I am right now. I'm like wanting to shit. What if I shit during the procedure? What if I shit all over her? 2 girls, 1 cup. You guys remember that? Anyways, yeah. Some guy named John asked me out, so we'll see how we feel. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about going out, because I don't know. I want to just go to bed. I don't know. I think I just feel like I have a lot going on right now, and I don't want to deal with people. You know how you back off from people when you don't want to deal with it because you got stuff going on. That's me right now. I just need to get through the day. So I don't know. I was consulting with my colleague on what we're doing on a case, and then I'm trying to work mine and figure out what the hell's going on. It's the longest freaking call, and they never are talking about what they need to talk about in the beginning. It's always the last 5 minutes of the call. So yeah, it's been fun. I think it's an unnecessary case from how it's sounding, but you never know. Take a twist, could take a turn. So yeah, but got a lot of nerves to get out. Hopefully I can ship before I go. I gave myself like an hour before I had to be there off, so hopefully I can get the shits out then and get this done. I shouldn't have drank coffee, because like a little bit of nerves goes a long way now. Because like when I had the vaginal ultrasound that I didn't know was vaginal, I don't know. I was telling my dad about it yesterday because he didn't know I was getting a biopsy and all that good stuff. As long as I don't show fear to them, they're okay. I just called to get my normal prayer before something happens. And so I just call my mom, because usually I call my grandma. I'm getting emotional fuck. Yeah. Usually I call my grandma, but I had to call my mom because I don't have my grandma anymore to get me through my prayer. And I have my rosary. I wonder if I should take my grandpa's rosary. I don't know. I don't know right now, but that's where I'm at. Nervous as fuck. So that's it right now. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. ¿Cómo estás? How you doing? How you living? Okay, today I just finished my, well, I didn't finish, I was about to say pap smear. I just finished my, well, I didn't just finish, why did I say it twice? This is recording. I just got back from my pap smear, and I went to Texas Roadhouse with my daughter, mi hija. And then we went to Dollar Tree. So I had a little date with the daughter. Since this was our first time eating out at a restaurant since eating meat, she didn't like her food, and she was really about to just be like, I'll suffer through it because we paid for it. But the waiter was so nice that she took it off of our bill and then came on and asked for like a little kid's macaroni in its place, and then she didn't like that either. So I don't know what to say. I got a California chicken or whatever, and it was bomb. It was good. It didn't have like that weird texture that makes me want to gag when I eat meat. So it was good. So now for the procedure, y'all. So first they put the regular ass speculum in, okay? Ow! The regular ass speculum in. Then they put like another something like a speculum in to open your cervix wider. Okay, so that one you feel like a little bit of pain, a little discomfort. It's not too bad. But then bitches, woo! Then they start getting themselves, honey. It felt like, you know, if you like run a string with a lot of pressure over something to cut it, that's how it felt. Like she was in there violining inside of my innards, okay? And I felt the pain all the way right here. Like it felt like she was on my right side, and I felt it all the way up there. That shit was massively painful. I'm a G. Like I'm an uppercase G, because I got hit by the car. I did not take one pain med for that, but this made me consider it. I was fine after, and then when we were sitting in the restaurant, all of a sudden I started feeling a little discomfort, and I felt like I started bleeding. They gave me a pad for it, and so I'm wearing the pad, and she didn't say how long it was gonna last, and I forgot to ask, but it's very, very uncomfortable. I hope no one ever in my life has to go through that test, because that shit's not fun. Is it tolerable without meds? You ain't got a choice. They don't offer them to you, so you ain't got a choice. But for my pain threshold, it had me considering a few things, like coming home and taking an eatable or something. Beat your battery. Anyways, so it felt really, really painful. He stopped doing whatever he was doing, but now he's licking his cone. So it felt really painful. Shout out to women that have to go through these like really, really, really painful procedures without any meds or anything. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to us. We are the real MV motherfucking P's of the world, because ain't no way. Men get like upset over like cupping the balls and coughing type shit. We got to go through some real shit. So shout out to us. Tricks. So Kimana came with me. She stayed in the waiting room. She was kind of like geeked that it said one person can come back, but I think I let her choose what was comfortable for her, because I'm gonna get through it regardless. Stop, Wolf. Stop. I'm gonna get through it regardless, you know? So I let her choose, like, if she wanted to come back. And I think seeing me in pain was what was freaking her out. And she was having anxiety and, like, picking herself and, like, her fingers and stuff. So she decided to hang back. And I feel like it was probably for the best because I honestly couldn't hide the discomfort. I was joking with them and talking shit with them and stuff. But as far as hiding the discomfort, I definitely was letting that be known. So I'm kind of glad that she didn't come back with me because I don't want her to see me. Like, it's hard for her to see me in pain. She doesn't actually know how to respond. What's wrong? Come here. Wanna lay next to mommy? Come here. Come here. You're like, I'm close enough, bitch. Oh, so I don't know. If anybody knows, I don't know if just this is like separation anxiety, or I don't know. He cries a lot. Like, he cries obviously when we leave, but he cries a long time when I get back too. Like, he's very, very emotional about me coming back. At the no sir, no sir. So he's like super emotional about me coming back too. So he cries for a while and then he'll stop. So if anybody knows what's going on, because it just started recently, where it just lasts forever, that he wants to be like cry and stuff, and he doesn't. He like then tells me, like, he's crying right now. What's wrong? Hold on, you guys. So my pup finally tired himself out. I called my mom after she FaceTimed me while I was in the store, so I didn't pick up, which I normally do, but I was paying at that time. And she looked worried. I know, like, for me, myself and I, it's always worrisome, like, waiting for results, but having your mom wait for results too is, and your dad, and everyone wait for results too, it's just, it's, I don't know, it's hard. And that's why I don't like telling them stuff, but ever since, like, the breast cancer scare, they want to be in the know for everything, because, I don't know, I guess they don't like me to freak out and spaz out by myself, which is sweet, because I do spaz, I do overthink, I do, you know, go through the emotions, and causing my daughter anxiety, my son anxiety, like, I don't know, like, my son looked mortified, like, I don't know, I guess they see me, sometimes I think they look at me as, from the things I've been through, as invincible, and things like disease I'm not, you know, I'm a regular human. For everything, I'm a regular human, but they've just seen things that maybe other people wouldn't survive, and they've seen me survive them and think that's how I felt about my grandparents. Like, they're untouchable, superhumans. It was naive of me, even in my 30s, to be like, my grandparents could never succumb to an illness, and realizing that there are some human elements that even they have to fight. It's kind of hard, you know. My grandbrother went through cancer a few times, and I don't know, a couple of times there was like a couple of points where I wanted to cry today just because I wanted my grandpa's prayers, you know. Found myself rubbing my rosary, and I don't know, I just feel like there's some moments in life that I truly, truly, truly need them, and I don't cope well with those. Just, it's not even like, I just like to hear from them, like, you're gonna be okay, and we're gonna pray for you. And I'm not a religious person, but something about those prayers would just hit different, you know.
I love them to pieces, and it's in these moments that I like. But even still, like, I feel like my grandma looked at me like differently, like from things that she saw me put up with in my childhood to things she saw just before her passing, like, you know, that I'm strong, but I'm just human. I'm just me. And hopefully I'm gonna say everything's good. It's just always scary, you know, whether it be a math test or whatever, you know, getting those results are always the craziest, always the thing. But I need to put this video together. Like, it's been, I feel like 2 weeks of me recording with nothing. I was doing good for a minute and then I just did not. But I think work has been getting to me, and everything has just been getting to me little by little, you know, just tiny bits of pieces of things where I just don't carve out time for myself because I get off work and I'm like spent sometimes, or I try to make sure I check in with the kids and give them whatever little bit of energy I have left over, or make sure I check in with, you know, Anna or somebody like close to me to make sure I'm giving them parts of my energy that I have left over for the day. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm so spent, but I can't sleep because my mind is racing. And then I finally fall asleep, and then it's time to wake right back up and start the cycle again and again and again and again and again. And that's kind of been my cycle. I need to call my friend back too because she's been calling me since Mother's Day. It's Wednesday now. I need a change of something. Then I was thinking, and it was the oddest thought, because I have this, but I push it away, right? I was like, in this moment, like right now, I would love to have somebody that I can just trust with my emotions enough to be like, I'm scared, I'm nervous, and I just want to. But I try to explain things to Jeremy. He's spiraling right now. I don't know what's going on in his head, but he's spiraling right now to the point of like his mom's contacting me and Gray Sweatpants. And just so you know, I slept with them separately, but we're all best friends. And they knew when I was like bouncing around and doing. I was very honest. I'm still very honest with both of them. And I saw Gray Sweatpants Monday. I saw him on Sunday because he was like, "Oh, I forgot that I remembered I had your Lokes, and I just wanted to see," because it was my normal walking time, you know. Whether I worked or not, I would kind of work. When I was working later with my other position, I would walk around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning around Hope Park. And so he was on a jog, and then he was like, I was just gonna check and see if you were in the area. And he checked his watch, and then he jogged down because his park is like 2 parks up from me. And so he jogged down there and down to where I was at, and we chatted for a while. We chatted about Jeremy, we chatted about life in general and why I don't go over there, and his mom misses me and all kinds of stuff. So I love that. My nose looks very interesting in these glasses. It looks like bug glasses kind of, but yeah, his mom misses me because I used to talk to her. I used to have tea with her. Like, I loved her so bad. Like, I have 2 mother-in-laws right now.
So it is Jeremy's mom and Jamal's mom, and they both love me to pieces. And I think I was a little more like reserved with Jamal's mom because she is southern. And eventually we did end up telling her like our situation with the three of us, and she took it very well, and she still loved me, and she's like, I still love you, and I wish I would have done something like that when I was younger. It's like, oh, it's just fear-based. Honestly, it's fear-based. I'm scared of going through what I went through in the past, so I just always just do my own thing. But I like to let people know that I do my own thing, because obviously I would want to know. Well, I don't know that I care too much, but yeah. I love you guys so much. Thanks for rocking out with me, even though the video hasn't been posted yet and shit hasn't happened. Y'all haven't seen, y'all don't know what's going on yet. But yeah, thanks for being there, supporting me. I love this shit. You know, I keep it the way I keep it, but I love the fact that I have, you know, the little homies, mi gentes. Alright, but I love you guys. I'm about to watch these people not put a ring on it, not get engaged, because that's what they do in every show that you are ultimatum about it. If you have to get it on a show to be like, marry me, don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, love you guys. Bye.